In this lesson, let's repeat possessive personal pronouns, and actually also personal pronouns a little bit. Well, we will repeat them in the context of genders of nouns, which we are aware of now. The previous lessons were more or less intuitive way of learning because we were not able to recognize the genders of nouns. Now we get a little bit more advanced grammatic. Let's start. First, our personal pronouns, and I modified a little bit the order. So we got я, ты, мы, вы, он, она, and они. Do you remember why I modified the order? Don't worry if you don't, you will understand it now. And we will have also three genders because we will need to take possessive personal pronouns for each gender individually. And our genders were masculine, feminine, and neutral. And to make it more understandable, we will also take three words, three nouns of different genders. First one would be dom. Dom, do you remember? It's house. Second one, машина, car. Машина, машина, car. And место, place. Место, место. Dom ends in consonant, can only be masculine. Машина ends in R, 90% of the cases would be feminine. And it is, because I gave you the example. And место, also the most of the cases would be neutral. And we are, it's good to guess on the neutral if it ends in O. So what were our possessive personal pronouns? For я, how would we say my home? My home, this home belongs to me, my home. Мой дом. Мой дом, my home. For feminine, how would we say my car? Моя машина. Моя. I'm writing it моя, however I'm pronouncing it моя. Try to pronounce the way I'm pronouncing this. However, as I told you so many times, if you don't pronounce it right, but you pronounce it the way you read it, from the letters, the way you spell it, it's fine. Russians will understand you, definitely will understand you. And for neutral, my place would be моё место. Место is neutral. I'm taking the neutral form of possessive pronoun. Моё место. Моё. Моё место. For ты, how would we say your home? Твой. Твой дом. Твой дом. Твой дом. For feminine, your car would be твоя машина. Твоя машина. Reading твоя, pronouncing твоя. Твоя машина. Well, for ты, do you remember? Ты was the addressing form for casual occasions. So you address your friends. If you would address somebody in a polite way, you would need to use вы. We will come to it. Let's go with the neutral. How would they say your home, however, for neutral? Because место is neutral gender. Твое место. Твое. Твое место. For me, it would be our home. Наш дом. Наш дом. For you, again, your home, your, the polite form or the plural form. Ваш дом. Ваш дом. For on, it would be его дом, his home. Его дом. For она, her home, home still masculine, ее дом. And for они, their home would be их дом. So why have I shifted его, ее, and их? And why do I pronounce it instead of его, его? Well, его, it's a pronunciation rule. You can learn it in the pronunciation section of Russian Online University. Or just listen to me, and I hope at some point you will pronounce the way I'm pronouncing this. So, его, ее, их. And well, the possessive personal pronouns for его, ее, and их, for he, she, and it, they, would be universal for all of the genders of nouns. However, not for we and you in the polite form. Feminine case, so feminine possessive personal pronoun, our car would be наша машина. Наша машина, our car. And for we, your car, in the polite form, car is still feminine. It will become ваша машина. Ваша машина. For me, neutral, our place. Место is neutral. Our was наше. Наше место. And for we, ваше место. Ваше место. So basically we got a scheme. So if you want to say, for example, your car, you need to know car is feminine. How do we recognize that car is feminine? Basically it got ending a. It got ending a, so more or less we will need to use our car, наша машина. And наша ends in a and машина in a. There is some kind of harmony in this. Audio harmony, I don't know, or vocal harmony. You need to create this association in your head, the connection between машина and наша, because technically the stable, you will use it only in the beginning, once you learn how to recognize the genders of nouns, how to recognize which possessive personal pronoun to choose. But here, once you understand this and once you get used to this, it will become more or less intuitive. So let's exercise a little bit more. Your home. Home is masculine, dom, ends in M, consonant, can only be masculine, and we say ваш дом. Ваш for polite form of addressing a person, ваш дом, your home, or in the plural, ваш дом, your home. Your place would be ваше место, and your car would be ваша машина. You see the endings on ваш, ваша, ваша. They're changing. Наш, наша, наша. No ending а, е. Твой, ending и, твоя, твое. Endings are changing. I'm just emphasizing it for you to understand what is going on in personal pronouns here. Мой, моя, мое. Again, in the masculine, if we want to point out that your home, my home, possessive pronoun, it becomes мой, твой. For feminine, моя, твоя. For neutral, мое, твое. So, my place would be мое место, my car, моя машина, my home, мой дом. Your home, твой home, in твой дом, in a singular casual form, as you would address your friends, because ты is reserved for addressing people you already know, people you can address with ты. So, if you want to address somebody in a polite, it would be вы. So, your home would be твой дом, your car, твоя машина, and your place, твое место. For us, our home, наш дом. Our car, наша машина. Our place, наше место. And we already did this. Let's exercise on, она, они. He, she, and they. On, his home, его дом. Can you hear it? Его дом, not его, его дом. Его дом. Her car, ее машина. And his car, его машина. Now, His place. Place is neutral. Still, его место. Her place – ее место. Her home – ее дом. And ее машина – her car. And the last one, their home would be их дом. Their car – их машина. Their place – их место. Basically, we repeated something we already knew, and it was meant as being repetition. However, see it in the context of recognizing the gender of a noun, because in this lesson you already knew how to recognize the gender of a noun. And maybe we should make a small exercise. Let's take 3 words in male, female, and neutral. I would suggest to take друг, подруга, and radio. Друг was friend. Друг. Подруга was girlfriend or female friend. Подруга. Подруга, actually, you cannot use it as girlfriend. Подруга is just female friend. And radio. Radio. So now I want from you to recognize the genders of those words. Basically, you already heard them, you already know them. However, you're not supposed to learn the genders of the words, especially not of this, because you can recognize it already. Друг. Друг is friend. The natural way of recognizing friend, the male friend, he is man. So друг is naturally masculine. However, it ends also in consonant, and it can only be masculine because of the ending. Подруга most likely will be feminine, and because it's female friend, per definition is feminine. Radio ends in O, meaning it's neutral. So we recognize the genders of nouns. Friend, female friend, and radio. How would we say my friend? This is my friend. Yes, do you remember how to say this is? This was это. Это. We want to point on. Now I want to say, this is my friend. Это мой друг. Because друг is masculine, we need to take мой. The possessive pronoun for I, according to the male case. So, это мой друг. Это мой друг. So here, compared to adjectives, we don't need to adjust adjective as an adjective case, the adjectives ending to the gender of a noun. Here we need to learn мой. So мой is basically a thing to learn. So this is my friend, это мой друг. How would we say this is your friend? So друг, stay still, masculine. Yours, we would say it for our friends. So we would address casually. So somebody we already know, we are friends with. So we would use твой. And we would say это твой друг. Это твой друг. But if we want to address somebody we honor, or we think we're supposed to address him polite, how would we say this is your friend? We would take ваш for вы. Это ваш друг. Ваш друг. Это ваш друг. So if we address somebody older than us, or somebody we honor, somebody we respect, we would say это ваш друг. If we address our friend and we want to say this is your friend, это твой друг. And how would you say I'm your friend? I was я. Your, since we got a friend, so we are addressing the person with твой. Я твой друг. Я твой друг. I'm your friend. And I'm your friend. I'm considering you as my friend. So how would I say I'm your friend? I'm friend of you. Я ваш друг. I would say я ваш друг. So, I hope it is understandable. I hope you guessed this. If you got some difficulties, please go back to the lesson of possessive pronouns and go through the lessons again. And also for this lesson, because we got some exercises here. And I think any exercise for the language is valuable if you can write, follow, and pronounce with the teacher, which you are basically doing now. How would we work with подруга? How would we say this is his female friend? So this is his female friend. This is это. His would be его, pronouncing его. Его and female friend подруга. Подруга. How would we say this is her female friend? We would take ее. Ее подруга. And this is their friend, female friend. Это их подруга. Это их подруга. Pretty simple. I hope you understand this, and I hope you guessed this. And I hope you can use this, because these are sentences created out of 3 words, however saying a lot about your knowledge of a language and the deepness of your knowledge of the language. Because right now we are on a bit more advanced level. Now let's take radio. How would we say this is his radio? Это его радио. Radio. Radio is radio. Это его радио. Doesn't matter that radio is neutral. We still use его. Because for he, she, and they, we are using possessive personal pronoun его, ее, and их. So the same would be, this is her radio. Это ее радио. Ее радио. And это их радио would be, this is their radio. Их радио. And just for the sake of exercising, how would we say this is your radio in singular casual form? Это твое радио. Это твое радио. And if we would like to address somebody polite and say this is your radio in a polite form, we would say это ваше радио. Ваше радио. Это ваше радио. This is your radio in the polite form. But I also, if I would, for example, address you, the audience of my lesson, and I would want to say, this is your radio. Это ваше радио. So ваше is not only the polite you form, but also a plural form for addressing multiple people. Это ваше радио.